What if the biggest trend in 2026 is not artificial intelligence? What if the real money is flowing somewhere almost no one is talking about yet? Right now, global spending in this one sector is growing faster than cloud computing and data centers, and is on pace to match AI on a percentage basis. And that means huge opportunity for investors. With decades of real-world experience analysing stocks for major media worldwide, and the brains trust behind Australia's leading government-accredited share trading education, we break down the trend quietly reshaping global technology and reveal 3 ASX stocks that are showing signs which could see their share prices skyrocket. I'm Philip Tortevsky, joined by analyst Pedro Banales, and we are Wealth Within. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, Phil.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. My voice is a little sour. I've had a bit to go through, but so apologies for the sore throat. But anyway, let's get straight into it now. Before we get into our first stock, what can possibly be bigger than AI in 2026? I'm going to go to you on this one because, as mentioned earlier, it's a trend where it is growing on a percentage basis more than cloud computing, more than data centers, which everyone is talking about data centers, and now matching on pace with AI. So
yeah, well, what we're about to talk about, I mean, you can't have data centers without it. You can't have AI without it. It's a very critical, infrastructure. And that's cybersecurity, because any data center needs it, any software needs it, any AI needs that cybersecurity, any company needs it. So it's become a must now. It's become compulsory, and CEOs, of course, are liable if they don't implement these systems. So it's everywhere. So I want you guys to check this chart out. It shows the forecast growth rate of the cybersecurity industry over the next 5 years. And as you mentioned earlier, this year on a percentage basis, it is on track with AI and beating the other 2 major spends in tech, which are data centers and cloud computing.
Yeah, and I mean, just before we get into our first stock, obviously a $10 trillion industry in terms of cybercrime per year, the biggest wealth transfer in history that we're seeing in this sector. No wonder. I mean, we talk bread, we talk water. Companies, for them, cybersecurity now is an essential. It's not just R&D going in a space where, like tech right now, AI, trying to leverage off new technology, innovation. No, this is a must.
Yep, exactly.
And growing.
That's right. So, I mean, if every company needs to implement it, well, there's a demand and supply story there, isn't there?
Absolutely. So let's get to our first stock right now, which is Qoria Ltd. And Pedro, I mean, have a look at this one, right? It's an ASX listed stock. It is in the cybersecurity space. It's looking very interesting right now. I want to start things off on the monthly chart here and have a good look, because what we're seeing with this stock, 2 very obvious levels spring out for me. 80 cents, which is this level through here, and also 20 cents down through here. Now you can see through the history of Qoria, when it got down to around that 20 cent level, it really never made its head above 80 cents. And that to me is what is so interesting about where we are today. We tried again in May 2020, tested in 2021, went for a third attempt in July 2023. Now we've tested the 80 cents the 3rd time on the way up. So what happens next for Qoria will be, I guess, the determinant for me in terms of how strong this opportunity is for it to finally get going. But, the supply-demand story, as you mentioned, is very favourable for the cybersecurity space right now. More money will be pouring into it at an ever-growing pace. And I think from a technical lens, what is so important to watch here is this momentum as it's going up.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this momentum. That lends it to around 50 cents. Be mindful of 50 cents. And if this time is different, that is going to be what is so exciting, because you can see the pullbacks from 80 cents on the previous occasions. Where were the buyers? Literally fell all the way back down to 20. On the second time, literally fell all the way back down to 20, only 1 month, if that. And you can see as I zoom in how weak the buying was when it did happen, right? This is the test right now. If we hold 50 cents this time, this will be the first time that's happened, coming from the 80 cent level, meaning that this buying that happened through June to 2025 is being supported, and we're actually coming into where the buying really got going. So I think this is a very crucial level to watch. And I really love the fact that this time round, on the 3rd run up, we've managed to find a higher base, which we never saw on the 2 previous occasions. So there's a little clue in there for people. I just want to bring up one more point, and no market goes anywhere without nice volume. And have a look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Volume, the highest record it's ever been, and it's happening on this latest surge. So there is a lot going on with this stock. Previous record volume was around the major low in 2020. We didn't really see too much of an uptick, but now we are seeing ridiculous amounts of volume come in, nothing like we've ever seen in history. So watch this space for me. This one could be a very good pick in 2026.
Oh, mate, I couldn't agree more. There's so much going on in that chart that's alerting you to a very nice opportunity. And that 50-cent level is definitely the one to watch for.
All right, let's move on and get into our next stock, which is archTIS Limited. But stay tuned because right after this one, we've got our pick for the best cybersecurity ETF at bargain prices right now. So for all you ETF lovers, we've got a good one for you coming up. But let's get back to archTIS Limited. Pedro, take it away, man.
All right, archTIS. I mean, this one, we both had a look at this off air and we thought, oh, I think we both said the same thing. This one is looking like a nice opportunity coming up. Let's start with the monthly here on the left and have a look at what's happened in history. The stock IPO'd in 2018, so it's relatively new. It came down as they normally do into the 2020 low, and we did have a huge rise off around that 800%, I believe it is. Maybe a little bit less than 800, but I think from the bottom there, it's about 800%. Now, we've seen the stock obviously fall ever since then, and it's managed to find a nice base. What I like is that it's skidded around this level right here at around that 5-cent level, a level that it hasn't tested since that 2020 low. So what did it do? It actually got bought up when it hit that level. Now it's coming back to test it another time, but it's slowing down. It's like buyers are starting to come up. They're seeing that level and obviously finding good value around there. And they're thinking, well, let's start buying it up because even if it does bounce a little bit less, it will probably get bought up again. So let's have a look at the weekly chart to see what's going on that smaller time frame. And like you mentioned with the earlier stock, record volume coming in. It's nice and liquid. That's what you want to see because a lot of people buy stocks and they forget that there's another person on the other side. There needs to be somebody to sell it to you and at a price that's around what it's trading at. There's no point on wanting to buy this stock at, say, 10 cents, but the next person is selling it at 16 cents. That is not what you want to see. So a lot of people miss that you need that liquidity to be able to get out at an opportune time, if the provincial hits the fan. So let's have a look at the momentum. Right now, it is a little bit low. Downtrending at the moment, but it has just crossed above it. So that's, to me, there's an interesting pattern unfolding there that could actually drive the stock price higher pretty soon. Yeah.
All right. Another good pick for 2026. I mean, for me, all I'll add to it is I really like your point on the record volume, right? We've seen it come through. The last time we saw record volume was before the biggest rise in history for this stock.
Yes.
So that's why it's so important to keep an eye on these things. Like always, we're not saying to buy or sell today. We're just giving you an idea on, hey, when those opportune moments are and what is actually happening between the buyers and sellers, which to me is the most crucial thing when you're talking about investing. You can go on about themes and trends all you want, but if you're not getting that timing right, which is what we teach with our course, our diploma, government accredited actually. You won't find it elsewhere in share trading and investment. Please go and check the website out to get on top of that because as mentioned, it's nice to see one aspect of trading that we show on this show, which is buying. The most important part is selling. And that's the part that you do need to hone in if you want to become a professional trader and take this to the next level. So please go and check the website out. If you want an introduction to all things that I just spoke about, including some of those techniques that Pedro just showed you, check this book out. It's How to Beat the Managed Funds by Dale Gillham. It's free. You just have to pay the shipping and we have got tons of it back in stock at the moment. So please maybe make it a Christmas gift. But anyway, moving on, now time for the cybersecurity ETF that looks like it might be ready to skyrocket. Pedro, this one here is a very, very interesting ETF. Please let's go to the chart and have a look for you. It's called BUGG, very nicely named. Now, the previous two, what makes this different is the previous two were ASX Australian stocks.
Yep.
If you want global exposure, this is an Australian listed ETF with global cybersecurity exposure.
Yes.
So it has some of those bigger global cybersecurity stocks in there. I know ETFs are very popular at the moment. So many people looking at them as an option. And, these are one of those ETFs where, unlike index ETFs, they do provide some serious volatility. And so when you look at it, there is potential that it does look kind of like some stock, eliminating a lot of the stock-specific risks. So if you are an ETF player, check this one out. If we just look at this on the weekly chart, because the monthly chart, obviously, there's not a lot of data, but what's interesting to me, again, volume starting to prick on up. It's coming off a really decent correction, which is unlike what we've seen with some of the other ETFs. There are others out there.
Hack,
yep. And there are some big global players also where the share prices or the chart is looking a little different. So this potentially could lend itself to the better opportunity because it's pulled back way more than the others. There's a 15% correction through there. Now we're coming into almost about a 30 or 40% correction, if I can guess well. And my guessing is terrible. There's a 20%
Close
correction.
enough.
Close enough. But a 20% correction in a space that's looking to get extreme demand over 2026 and beyond. And we're moving back to this, really nice gradient of rise in terms of momentum, also bouncing back into this level where there was some serious price agreement. So I think watch this one, monitor the space. If you're into buying dips, potentially 1 week is very, very early. I'd like to see a bit more of a base out because you do have a little bit of potential resistance now that it's taken out these levels through here. So a nice run up to take out that $12, $13 level. Have another look to the flip side, but we might as well have finished potentially the down leg, long-term down leg, and getting ready for that next upward move. So a nice little option. Any thoughts on this one, mate?
Yeah, this one's a nice one if you want to kind of be a little bit more hands-off. What's interesting to me is that obviously with ETFs, especially with these specialized ETFs, they have a basket of stocks that they track. And I had a look at the fact sheet for this one, and 3 of the American ones that they have, the top 3, like they've got CrowdStrike, which has been on an absolute tear.
Yes.
A lot of these cybersecurity stocks have been on a tear in America, yet this one has lagged a little bit. So it's only a matter of time until we see a turnaround for this one, because if it's holding those stocks, if it's holding good quality cybersecurity stocks in America,
it should be up like them.
It should be up like them. So something is going on, but it's getting to some critical levels now. I think this one is definitely one to watch.
Great stuff. All right, if you want more hot stock tips, check out our video, Best ASX Stocks to Cash in during a December rally. Bye now.